All right, thanks. I've been asked by some folks how the process was for me to record this last song, Mandolove. Of course, that's Mandolin Love. I love that I got a new mandolin, my first mandolin. By the way, that song was the only thing I've ever played on a mandolin. Like, literally. I picked up a mandolin and I started jamming on it, and that's what I came up with. So I bought it like 6 months ago, and I came up with what you heard, a piece of what you heard, and then I set it down and I didn't play it for 6 months, and I'm like, I really need to use this thing. So I picked it up. Well, that's what made me use this thing. I built that wall hang system, and so that made me get all my instruments, not all of them, most of my instruments lined up there for easy access. I don't play six strings. I have it. I got it for free, and I've never fooled with it. I haven't played it. I used to, but I don't anymore. Totally satisfied by that job right there. So that means I bought that for 20 bucks, shaved the neck down on a belt sander, and put the neck back on, and unbolted the neck, shaved it down, put it back on. This one I just put on a belt sander because you can't unbolt the neck. Shaved it down. This is CGC E flat. That's also CGC E flat, and that one is usually G, D, G, whatever flat, the same relationship as those, but just lower. All right, so here's the process. Picked up the mandolin, stood here, mic'd it with my Shure 7B, SM7B, and played it. That's it. I recorded with this right here. This is a Rodecaster Pro, and I got it for the killer preamp. So the SM7B goes to the Rodecaster Pro. Out of the Rodecaster Pro goes, come on, Paul. It's USB out of the Rodecaster Pro, of course, and this is an Apple camera adapter. So what I've got is, this goes into the phone that I'm talking to you on right now. It plugs into the lightning port, and it gets the killer audio from the Shure through the killer quiet preamps of this. All right, so it goes into that, and then what I did was I took that audio. It's pretty complex, just like a series of things that I've learned from my iPhones. I've been playing with iPhones since the 4S, and what I'm on now is a 11 Pro Max with 512 gigabytes, and I've filled it up so many times it's not even funny because I do this kind of stuff. So it's a big old wind up, isn't it? All right, so the good sound quality goes through this into the Rodecaster Pro, then into this phone we're talking on. So I opened that footage in what's called LumaFusion. It is a $20 app that is just super capable, and all I use it for now is ripping. Occasionally I use it, actually I do use it for editing video, just putting filters on it. So I use it mainly to rip audio out of the videos I've recorded. I could do two separate phones, and I do that sometimes, or an iPad and a phone, and I do that sometimes, but and I record two things simultaneously. In this case, what I do is I record with video and the audio at the same time. It's great quality audio. I rip the audio out, and then I open it in Hokusai 2, Hokusai, Roman numeral 2. All right, so at that point, that is a multi-track app for the iPhone, and the iPad, and it is super simple. And if you've ever worked with Audacity on the computer, it's like that. So it's like no bells and whistles. You don't have auto-tune. You've got cut and paste, and you've got multi-tracking. You can control the levels. You can like highlight a section and make that a little bit louder or whatever. It's just primitive editing, and I mean, it is super similar to the old Audacity on the computer, but I like it better because you can touch. It's touchscreen operated, and that just works for me. I mean, I'm really fluent with it. I mean, I can crank out some music with this thing. All right, so at that point, you've got the first track. Most people, they've got headphones on to listen, so what I did was that. I used headphones to listen, and what I did was it would have been a lot more tedious, time-consuming if I had set up two phones, one for multi-tracking and multi-tracking audio, and then a separate one for the video. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just want to record this now. So what happened was I plugged in each instrument one after the other, And this is my whole entire amplifier. This is crazy right here. I mean, you see that I have no amplifiers. Oh, here it is. That's my whole amplifier. No joke. This thing is amazing. It works with, I can't show you. Well, actually, I can do a screenshot. This is the app, companion app for Nux Mighty Plug 2, I think it is. Yeah, MP2, my Nux Mighty Plug 2. So it looks like nothing. You know, you can cycle through with this button. You can cycle through the different amps and settings, and you can save the settings with this, and they're infinitely tweakable. All right, here's the amp. Come on. All right, here's the amp. Like you cycle through clean, overdrive, distortion, acoustic guitar simulator. I find this one worthless. After you have tweaked what you like, then you can go over here to the upper right. It says save, so you can save your settings. And then for bass, it's got pop, rock, funk, and whatever. Anyway, there I just use pop on that, and I actually use this same setting for running my Wurlitzer electric piano through it. And you've got an unbelievable amount of options on your effects, just crazy amount of effects. You have different amp settings. You've got, well, this is in the bass. Touch wah, univibe, tremolo, phaser, boost, bass, TS. I have no idea. 3-band EQ, muff, crunch. So these are all your options within each one of your presets, I guess you'd say. And you can completely just, everything's tweakable. This is way more advanced and tweakable than any guitar amp I've ever had. It's also got drums, whatever. I don't use it. Jam track, whatever. So they comes with jam tracks. And then you can also play your own music through it. This is actually made, this guitar amp, jack amp, is just made for headphones. That's what they made it for. You just plug the 3.5 millimeter headphones into it and listen to yourself on earbuds play guitar along with backing tracks or drum beats or whatever. But I have taken it much, much further than that. This was a game changer for me. This is an amazing, amazing thing. Twin Verb, JZ 120, I don't know. They're trying to, mimic other amps. I don't care. I just go in and tweak them till I like them. No idea. It's awesome, though. Works great on all of my plugged-in instruments. That's the only amp I use now. So that was all of those guitars except for the mandolin. I didn't use that blue one. I used this red one through that. I used the cigar box guitar through that. I used the bass through that. It has a bass setting on the Nux. Even did my piano, the line out on my Wurlitzer. Put it through there, and you can put distortion or reverb or whatever you want with that little tool, and it works awesome. All right, so I multi-tracked, and then all I did, and this is the long way around to get you to your answer, but I just set up the phone. I airdropped the finished track to my iPad, and then I set up and I lip synced with all the instruments after the fact. That's what I did. So you can do it that way. It's cheating. I've got other videos where I didn't cheat, where I recorded video and audio at the same time. It was just a thing where I just want to do it. I just was impatient, and I just wanted to have fun and do it now. So basically it's lip synced, meaning I airdropped the music to my iPad. I put my iPad beside me. I didn't even plug the instruments in. I just listened on that so I could not have to use headphones. I just listened and then played the unamplified instruments so I could hear both, and just mimicked what I had done already. And with the drums, I actually had to use headphones. So I put on, I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Put on headphones and sat and listened to what I'm doing. So that was a harried, erratic tutorial about my setup. I have a lot of fun in here. Where I've got this on. When I use that. Loud, huh? I need to replace some ballasts is what it is. So anyway, that's my whole rig. Drums, piano, guitars. Don't need a thing else. Got everything I want. I don't use a computer. I use this amp through that Rodecaster, that one microphone. I play the drums twice. I put one mic on the drum kit and play the drums twice and pan them left and right to get that sound, get that rich stereo sound. And I think that's it. I didn't even say this part. So the video is done with iMovie on the phone itself. So I record some footage with the phone. I opened the first footage. iMovie on the iPhone will only allow for one picture-in-picture video. So I put the footage of the mandolin there. Then I take the first set of footage. I don't remember which one I did first. I feel like it was piano. I put the piano picture-in-picture over there, and I saved it. And then I did I edited to where it did a cutaway for one shot where it's a whole shot with just the piano, and then went back to the piano over in the corner, and then maybe I took it out sometimes, and thinking ahead, what am I going to do? And then I saved that movie as a finished project. Once I saved that, I opened a new iMovie project, and that is tedious. I just prefer it. I just work really well with the iPhones. I'm fast with them, and I know what I'm doing. So it ended up being 5 individual projects where I just kept adding, and you have to think ahead. Okay, where am I going to leave? I got to leave space for the bass guitar. I'm going to turn the camera sideways so I can do a vertical video for that one and vertical video for the cigar box guitar over here. And so 5 projects total, and you have to think ahead where you're going to put things, and it is tedious. And I'm sure most people who edit video are like, just use can't even think of what it's called. I can't even think of what it's called. Well, Windows Movie Maker on a computer, I guess people are still using that. I don't even know, but there's one for Mac. I can't even think of what it's called. I got a Mac. I got a MacBook Pro, and I don't use it. Just like rarely ever use it. Just use it to upload music to CD Baby for having CDs made. That's it. So that's it. That's the whole rig, and that's how it works. That was long. 10 minutes long. Thanks for watching. See ya. I'm Paul.